Hi, I wanted to do a quick two-part video um, about wholesale modulars. One is why wholesale modular homes, and the other one is doing business with wholesale modular homes. These are the two areas I need to probably just put in a video to kind of help people understand what it is we're doing, because so many people are so used to the traditional retail store, Clayton Homes style home buying, home building process. Anyways, so let's start with why wholesale modular homes. First, I'd like to discuss maybe myself. I've been in this business since 1996, January of '96. So this year is actually my 24th anniversary of being in the business. Prior to that, I was a consultant and a CPA. I had always worked in the finance world and optimizing efficiencies of numbers and whatnot. And that's how I ended up in the business in 1996 with Oakwood Homes. And to be honest with you, I had gone from there to Oakwood is now Clayton, and then from there to Champion Homes, and all the big names in the industry, and then even some of the big names in the independent retailer industry. I have either touched, worked with, or worked for in one way, shape, or another. And in those different roles, my main focus was still to figure out how to become more efficient, how to squeeze a dollar more for the results. But one of the things you ultimately end up figuring out when you're doing that is I may save the company $1 million here or $1 million there, but what I ultimately do is just put $1 million in somebody's pocket. It doesn't translate to the consumer saving money. So, when I came up with this concept, it really bred out of the fact that I had a great opportunity to move my whole family to Nebraska and Wyoming and do the whole same thing over. I was going to have 200 people working for me, and my job was going to be to figure out how to make it optimized and efficient and whatnot for a large corporation. And I remember flying there with my wife and spending time there and getting all the song and dance and everything. And I got on the plane and was flying back with my wife, and I said, you know what? I don't want to do it. She's like, well, what do you want to do? I said, I don't know, but I'm just getting too far away from the consumer. I don't want to be in an ivory tower. I want to help people. Where does this come from? Well, I'm from Vermont. My dad was an electrician. When I was just tall enough to pull wire through walls of houses, I used to wire houses for people. It's always been about the people. It's not about the corporations. So if you're going to take the retail industry of a Clayton or some of these independents that are out there today, and you're going to actually compete with them, one of the easiest ways to compete with them is just off the fact that they're bloated. They have these huge retail sales centers. They have general managers. They have sales people. They have sales managers. They have office managers. They have huge monthly sales budgets and whatnot. I do all my stuff off the internet. Our advertising is low. 50% plus, after years of doing this, 50% plus of my consumers are actually referrals because of the people that did find me through the process, either by luck or osmosis or whatnot, and were satisfied and happy and understood what it is they actually saved, hardcore dollars, that they passed my information on to their friends and relatives and whatnot. So more than half of my business is really referrals, which is really nice. I think that's great. I've always told the Clayton dealers, if you guys weren't so adamant on taking advantage of the next person that walks through the door, you'd have more referrals too. But anyways, that's a different story. Secondly, so if I remove all the overhead and I remove a lot of the BS and I remove managers of managers of managers telling me how to run my business who don't actually have to deal with the consumer directly, if I remove all that BS, I can get to just you and me and working on what it is that you need for your family. Secondly, it's so all that overhead's gone. It's just you and me. The other thing is I only source my homes from factories. I'm not locked into factories. I don't have to pick. If I work for Clayton, I have to buy my home from Clayton factories. Well, if I'm buying homes from Clayton factories and I'm trying to order you a modular home, guess what else is being built in that factory? Mobile homes. I don't source my homes from factories that build mobile homes. I source my homes from factories that only build modular homes. Not only modular homes, but off-frame modular homes. Homes that have to be crane set with 90 ton to 120 ton cranes. These factories, everybody in there doesn't even know what a wrap wallboard is, none of that stuff. I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about, does the house have 2x10 floor joists or does it have 2x6 sidewalls? I already know that. If I was dealing with a Clayton or a Champion or whatnot, I'd have to explain that to them every time. But anyways, so that's another benefit to you as the consumer, in my opinion, is where it is I'm actually getting these homes from. So I remove the overhead. I'm sourcing the homes from factories that build only modular homes. I'm passing that overhead savings on to you, and it's clear if you ever actually got a true quote from a Clayton. And that's another thing. I don't do half quotes. I don't have to do half quotes. When Clayton tells you the price of the home, well, what's good is that? Do you know what it costs to deliver it? Do you know what it costs to build the foundation? Do you know what it costs to set it? Do you know what it costs to trim it? No, you don't. They do, but they quote you the price of the home. Anyways, so the other thing is because we only do off-frame modular homes, our loan sourcers, the people that we use to do the loans for you, the consumer, we only deal with lenders that are going to treat your house like it's a site-built house because they know what I'm providing is only a site-built quality product. So you don't have to worry about getting rate juiced because it's a lender that does mobile homes and manufactured homes and sometimes modulars, but sometimes the modulars are on frame and sometimes the modulars are off frame. I have peeled back all the issues that are plaguing the industry, in my opinion, that for you, the consumer. Part of the other reason I've done that is because I'm not looking for every person to build a house for. I'm looking for the guy or girl or family or retired people or whatnot that want a quality home that can foresee off of either ones I'm building in the field right now or some that are at the factory or some that I've done videos on, can foresee what it is that they want. Since I'm not going to walk you in the back of a sales lot and show you 12 different homes, I can't show you specifically this home and make you touch it and feel it and taste it, but I can probably bring you to either the factory and show you homes, or I can bring you to a house that I've got being built in the field and show you the homes in construction, and I can show you a series of videos of homes we've done that are in construction. But even a dealer that's got 5 houses in his backyard, when you got 80 floor plans, that's only 5 of 80. If I'm making sense. Coincidentally, I brought a customer to the factory just last Wednesday, and ironically, they were actually, and this is a house that's built by a competitor factory that this factory was building, that they wanted me to have this factory build, and we got there and there was 2 actually being built by that factory. So, I mean, we actually got to actually see one. So that's kind of neat. But anyways, that's why I think you would want to do business with Wholesale Modulars. I can tell you from sitting down and analyzing the numbers, I've had consumers tell me anywhere between $15,000 and $60,000. If you go and look on our website, there's a Hampshire 3 house. I built a Hampshire 3 up in Virginia a few years ago, and the customer actually argued with me and said he saved $60,000. I said, no way, $60,000. He goes, no, $60,000. He says, I'm actually paying $60,000 less buying this house from you than from any retailer that I've talked to. Well, he says 60 grand, he must mean 60 grand. But I find more like 20 grand, 30 grand, somewhere in that line. But not only is it 20 or 30 grand do I find, But I also find even the home that is 20 or 30 grand, more expensive, the quality of it isn't there. It doesn't have 2x6 sidewalls, it has 2x4 sidewalls. You know, it doesn't have a 712 roof pitch, it has a 612 roof pitch. It you know, anyways, it still has the old style furnace in the house instead of the full unit outside. Anyways, so I could go on and on, but that's part of why wholesale modulars might be a choice for you.